Welcome back, kids. This is part 2 of the Crystal Springs Marina video series. And looky here what I did. These are the last 3 of the 6 signs for this order. So happy with how everything turned out. And I'm so happy with y'all. Y'all are just amazing. Thank y'all for the comments I've been getting, the questions, emails. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I want to be different. I'm trying to be more accessible and approachable, I guess you'd say, uh, to my followers. There's a lot of great YouTube channels out there, but some of them are just not real good at interacting with their subscribers. I want to be different. So, y'all help me with that by interacting with me, and I would definitely do anything I can to help y'all. One quick exciting news before we get to the video. Punk is going to be a big sister here in just any day. So we're excited about that. So this next week, if I'm not around uh, like I normally am, it'll be because of that. We're enjoying that new baby. So anyway, let's get on to the video. I'm going to show you how I made these 3 signs. And if you haven't seen the first part of this video series, I'm going to put the link right up here in the top right corner. All right, let's get with it. All right, it's time to start that striper. I've already did the .02 profile pass. I know my board is level on my baseboard, so the thing I got to do now is go to work origin first. My G55. And rewind and cycle start. All right, we got stripper on there. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? My God, I'd never live that down. This is 1/8 inch downtown Jenny. Fixing to carve out all the, this is the roughing pass on the striper. Gonna have a lot of detail in this fish. All right, let's go. Well, that didn't take long. Now we are changing out to the 30-degree Groovy Jenny. And according to VCarve Pro, this should take about 30 minutes because there is a heck of a lot of detail that this 30 degree is fixing to do on that fish. So we'll just all sit back and enjoy the ride. Well, that actually only took like 15 minutes. So we're ready to cut it out. I'm anxious to see how a carve with that much detail works out. See some little fuzzies down in there, but not going to be able to do a whole lot about it. Yeah, I'm just going to paint it. Well, here comes the moment of truth. I'm using 180 grit. Switching over to 80 grit now. That is awesome. All right. We're going to call that a success. Okay, we're ready to cut the bluegill sign. I've got the file loaded. I've already installed the 1/4 inch downtown Jenny and set my Z. G55 is on, so my X and Y is taken care of. We're ready to get this thing going. Rewind, stop and start. We're going to cut that .02 profile path first. All right, switching over to the 90-degree groovy Jenny. Going to cut the text. Thank y'all for sticking with me this far. This is sign number 5 of 6 of this particular project. All right, let's carve some letters. All right, time to put in the 30-degree groovy Jenny. We're going to carve that bluegill. If any of y'all have suggestions about future videos you'd like to see, leave them in the comments below. I'm looking for different projects. Of course, I still got to do what pays the bills like these, but think about doing maybe an inlay of. I hadn't did one of those in quite a while. And if there's any other how-tos, VCarve Pro or the Masso, if you got any questions about those, let me know. I will do my best to answer your questions and get you going. All right, let's carve this thing. If you hadn't already, please like this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't already, share this video with someone you think may be interested. Man, that was a long tool pass. That was an hour and 15 minutes running with that 30-degree Groovy Jenny. I think that's probably my longest constant run time ever. And spindle's just barely even warm. I mean, it's a little warm to the touch, but not much. Bit felt fine. All right, this is the IDC Woodcraft, the hog. We're fixing to cut this thing out. And that's all she wrote. Can't wait to get paint on that thing. That is pretty awesome. All right, time to cut the final one. This is the Walleye, number 6 of 6. I've got the 1/4-inch downtown Jenny is loaded. I've got my G55 set, fixing to measure the bit and start cutting. Rewind, cycle start. All right, I've already loaded it. All right, time to put the 90-degree Groovy Jenny in there. We're gonna cut that text. Just gonna say Walleye. I want to thank y'all for sticking with me through this two-part series of videos. This has been a heck of a project, and I must say, I ain't never been this tired and lived over it.
Am I a hero? I really
Right.
can't say, but
I got
yes.
her on there. Let's go back to work. All right, I don't have any audio for the next several minutes, so let me just explain what's going on here. This is the 1mm Amana tapered ball nose bit, and I'll have the tool number of that on the screen here. But I was using this just kind of as a trial run, as a roughing pass before I run the 30-degree Groovy Jenny. And it turned out perfect. I had never used this bit before, and I just thought maybe I would save a little time using it as a roughing pass before I did the 30-degree bit. But as it turned out, VCarve showed that there was only like less than a minute time difference between the two. But I went ahead and did it anyway just to test it out and see. And man, it worked perfectly. I couldn't have been more happy with this. So this bit will be finding its way into future projects. I had never used it before. It's really for 3D carves, which that's not been my thing so far. I will eventually get to that, but this would be the bit you would want to cut the super fine details on a 3D carve. So here I'm switching over to the 30-degree Groovy Jenny, and we're going to finish out this walleye with this bit. And I just love watching this thing work. The incredible fine lines and details and how clean it cut. It's just incredible. Look at that. It looks like a sewing machine bobbing up and down there. It's going so fast. But that's really about how it looked in real life, too. Uh, that thing was giving the Z motors a workout. I don't know how many little vectors there were on here, but there was a bunch. Hundreds and hundreds. And now we're loading up the IDC Woodcraft, the hog. I'm going to cut this baby out. If you don't have one of these bits, you need to get one. It's amazing how fast that thing works. So we're going to get it off the machine here and take it over to the router table, cut the excess off there with my M18 Milwaukee oscillating tool, and then sand it, of course. And here I'm just going to cut the chamfer around the edge, the 45-degree chamfer. I cleaned it up just a little bit with that brush, but not much because I didn't want to take a chance on breaking anything out. But look at that detail there. Get off of there. There you go. And here, mainly I just blew it off. The only thing I really used that brush on was the fins. I didn't want to risk it on the scales of the fish. I didn't want to break anything out. And here was the moment of truth. This is 180 180 grit Mirka Abranet sandpaper. And here I've switched over to the 80 grit, which is what I would normally use. Most of my signs, I only sand them down to 80 grit. But I was afraid to use that aggressive of a grit on the small details of that fish. But look how it turned out. They just couldn't have been happier with how these worked out. All right, that's it for this one. What a cool project this was. I had so much fun doing this. I was pretty tired of looking at fish by the time I was finished. But anyway, it was a fun project. First time I've ever had to cut that many signs for one job. So it was a learning experience for sure, but everything really went smooth. And that's, as y'all know, that's not always the case. So thank y'all for watching. Be sure and like, subscribe, share. You want to send a tip or two through Super Thanks or buying a coffee or whatever, I'd sure appreciate that. It shows me that y'all appreciate what I'm doing here. And I'm really trying to put out some good content to help teach how I do things. My methods may be a little different than other folks, but it works for me. Don't be afraid to try something new. So that's it. Thanks for sticking around through all of this, and I will see y'all on the next video.